1 week after a blizzard crippled our area, knocking down trees and leaving homeowners literally scraping the snow off their roofs.
Just get overwhelmed. Like, when is this going to stop?
The question many are asking, how do we fix the damage that's been done? And will my homeowner's insurance cover it? And we will give you answers in this show. Good evening, I'm Tracy Davidson. Welcome to a special edition of Survive and Thrive. We are live in Abington to tackle all of your snow damage questions. If the snow has done a number on your house, your property, we're going to get you answers to all of your questions. Also today, there may be another recall for Toyota and good news at the pumps. Also, we have a brand new list of jobs for those people still looking for work. All that's still ahead, but first let's take a look at today's headlines. Let's talk about that Toyota story. Toyota is considering a recall of its hot-selling Corolla after complaints about power steering problems. This is yet another blow to the world's largest automaker, which is already reeling from a string of recalls over sticking gas pedals and other safety problems. Toyota says drivers may feel they are losing control of the steering, but it's still unclear why. Now the good news at the pumps, price of gas is headed in the right direction for drivers, at least for now. The average national price falling overnight to $2.61, which is the lowest level this year and 13 cents lower than it was last month. Still, we are paying about 65 cents a gallon more right now than we were in February of last year, and experts say gas prices should be up around $3 by the summer. Southwest Airlines will begin nonstop flights from Philly to Boston in June, which gives travelers another choice on a very popular route on the Northeast Corridor. Also gives competition to U.S. Air, which now has a lock on the Philadelphia to Boston market. Stocks end on a high note today, thanks to stronger than expected earnings from some companies and also some upbeat economic data. That includes an upbeat government report and new housing construction. And here are the final numbers. The Dow is up 40 points, closing at 10,309. NASDAQ ended the day ahead 12 points, and the S&P 500 was up over 4.5 points. Now, our show today is all about helping you deal with whatever the storm did to your home, but we also know there are still a lot of people looking for work. So along the bottom of your screen, as we always do, a list of brand new jobs available in our area, along with contact information, just in case you see one that you might be able to apply for. On my Facebook page, another resource, if you have had snow damage, if you think you're going to have to hire a contractor to make repairs, we have an expert on my Facebook page right now who can answer your questions about what questions you should ask when you're hiring a contractor. Now, let's talk about storm damage and why we're here in Abington. This is my friend Marcia. Actually, we've been talking on Facebook. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, so retell me what happened. It was about a week ago, and this is the backyard.
The middle of the storm, my husband and I heard a big crash, and our metal awning came down. And we were up trying to unscrew it in the middle of the blizzard.
Which was attached right back here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tore down some of the siding.
Right.
And as you can see, we have a little bit of damage up here, and then we've also got a little damage inside.
What happened to the awning?
The awning fell off. It kind of unscrewed. We had to unscrew it in the middle of the blizzard.
Right.
And then we threw it in that big snow bank right here. So
we'll see the awning in the spring,
somewhere.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have some damage inside that we're going to see in a little while. That was because of your flat roof, right?
Correct.
Yeah, all right. We'll take a look at that. Thanks for calling us. I know you have some repair work to make.
We do.
All right. So regardless of what kind of damage you have, a lot of people have the question, is it covered by insurance? Meet Steve Vahey from Allstate. Thanks for being with us.
Tracy.
So let's talk about this. What's the first thing somebody should do if they have some damage to their home with regards to insurance? Call their agent, I'm guessing.
Well, that's one of the first things to do, but try to minimize the damage. If you have broken pipe or something like that, turn the water off. Mm-hmm. If you have falling plaster, move the furniture out of the way, things of that nature, just so it doesn't get any worse.
And take pictures.
Pictures, document as much as you can. Get receipts for any contractors you may come in so that you can give them to your insurance adjuster.
Let's talk about what's covered under a standard homeowner's policy. Wind-driven snow or freezing rain that gets into the home, yes or no?
That would be covered. If it's caused by damage to the house, all that stuff would be covered for you, correct.
What about a tree limb that falls on your house?
Absolutely. That would definitely be covered.
No matter whose tree it is?
Well, it's an act of God, so it's going to be covered.
Okay. And the weight of the snow or ice causes part of your home to collapse, such as the roof. And tell me about that, because I'm sure that Marcia wants to hear this, because she did have, some problems on the inside that we'll show in a minute.
I'm not an adjuster, but I don't think they're going to have any problem with this claim.
Best advice for homeowners right now?
Take pictures, keep receipts, and do whatever you can to minimize the future damage.
Okay, and this question we got on my Facebook page, Jennifer asks, does melting snow damage damage count as flood damage?
Well, flood insurance is a separate from your homeowner's policy. And if it is a flood, and you have flood insurance, it will be covered, but you must wait 30 days in order to purchase a new flood policy.
But the melting snow might be considered something else.
Right. If you have some policies, will provide coverage for some pump failure or water backup coverage.
Okay, great.
Check with your agent.
And always check your policy and check with your agent.
Correct.
Great. Thanks so much for being with us. Now, this home has icicles, and if your home has icicles, that might be an indicator of another problem that you could have down the road that could cause some serious problems. We'll take a look at that coming up.
Spring is coming early to the Suburban Home and Garden Show, February 18th to 21st at the Expo Center at Oaks. Here's a helpful hint to help you get the most out of this year's show. We've all spent way too many hours stuck indoors this cold winter. It's finally time to think about sprucing up your home for spring, and there's no better place to explore